Okay, so now this video is discussing the hollow earth theory. So the reason I believe in this is because, as within, so without. The fractal equation in which the entire universe functions. Everything functions under the same mathematical basis, which is why atoms look like solar systems, galaxies look like hurricanes, your veins look like trees in the wintertime, which is also from an airplane view how rivers flow off of a mountain. Everything functions under the same basis. So an atom is mostly empty space. You have the positive and neutral nucleus of the atom. You have 99.9 empty space, and then you have the electron extremely fast orbiting this nucleus. It's all like, if they give you the range of, the comparison of what it's like, you have two golf balls, which are the nucleus, and then you have a piece of rice, which is the electron, and it's over a mile away. So it's like, that's how much empty space there is in. And so when you look at it from a, planetary looking system here, it's like when you have all the planets orbiting our star, imagine there being so many that you end up with like a sphere orbiting the star. It's all like, so from a distance it would look nearly solid, kind of like, the asteroid belt. Not everything has to be orbiting on the same, axis like the rings of Saturn. You can have stuff orbiting this way, and then you have stuff orbiting around this way around the star, and then, so it looks like, how you would picture an atom. It's like, so because of that, on a smaller scale, it's all like, since gravity is actually a pressure, it's not, you're not being pulled down, you're being pushed down because of the dark energy. It's all like, because I don't know exactly why, that just has to exist, or else, there wouldn't, galaxies wouldn't stay together, black holes wouldn't form, It's like, it's a very deep thing. But the purpose of this is to show people that if the Earth was really hollow, that there would be some sort of source inside of there that is causing a gravitational effect on this, fabric of space-time, making this shell orbit it. Now, does it make sense? To most people, no. But from a different perspective, when things are spinning really fast, like say you have a whole big old thing of water, when you're spinning it really fast in the bucket, all the water pushes up against the sides, you have this hollow center, like the eye of a hurricane. It's all like, but out in space, when things are spinning extremely fast, it actually pulls them together. It's all like, so, you have a frisbee with water, you spin it on Earth, the water flies off. It's all like, but out in space, if you were to spin it, the water would stick to it, a lot more physically. It's like, so because of that, you end up with this donut, a dual tora, and so that same effect could have the effect on the planet simply because it formed spinning as either a molten or a, liquid mud mix. It's like, so then you have this hollow center. For all we know, it's not actually that high. For all we know, the molten part is in the thick shell, and then it's still hollow in the center, and it's not even warm. It's just a hollow center. Why is it illegal to go to Antarctica? Why did all of the major powers of the world sign a treaty to where it's illegal to go to Antarctica, which our president and Pope went down there, and you don't even get questions asked, you don't get a warning. If you try and go down there by plane or by boat, they just shoot you, no questions. So it doesn't make any sense. And how many people try to go to the North Pole? It's all like, so these are really weird, and there's some stories about people who've actually made it to this, hole on either axis of the planet to go to this hollow Earth. It's all like, now, on top of that, I also believe that, when in the dinosaur age, in the dinosaur age, when the asteroid hit and destroyed the dinosaurs, that there were reptiles that had found their way underground and evolved since before man. It's all like, so, you end up with a reptilian species that is extremely intelligent and sophisticated under a completely different evolutionary train, yeah, you know what I mean, that has, been underneath the surface of our planet this entire time. It's like, that's where reptilians come from. Somebody told me it was some movie. I'm almost sitting here like, honestly, that makes sense to me, because I mean, if you're, reptilian, you can, change your color of your skin like a chameleon. It's all like, you can see in infrared like a snake. It's like, you can use echolocation. It's all like, you can, yeah, you can be a lot more, yeah, you can be a lot more resourceful, actually, yeah, being a reptilian, especially since you would shed your skin and things like that. It's all like, so, all these things can be different. Honestly, when it comes to the ancient technology, for all we know, that could be where it came from, was the reptilians when they came back up from that time. Also, another thing, this is completely unrelated to the Hollow Earth thing, I believe mermaids were actually the start of man, because all life started in the water. So you end up with an intelligent species in the water. When a baby's in the womb, they have webbed fingers, and an enzyme dissolves them. So that means mermaids came first, then they came to land, and humans then hunted the mermaids. I think that's also where Atlantis came from. Personal opinion. It yeah, it just makes more sense to me, especially due to how things work. Alrighty, and that is for my theory on Hollow Earth. Give it a look, give me some more information on it. I have a couple videos there, and this is on my same store.